You were born inside a wall 3 stories tall and told it would keep you safe forever. No one ever tells you what it's like to grow up already trapped. This is what it's really like to live inside the walls. You didn't choose this world. Nobody does. You're born somewhere inside 3 concentric walls: Maria, Rose, Cena. The only barrier between humanity and the giants that hunt it. You've never seen a titan up close. Most people haven't. They're a story parents use to make you finish your dinner, a shape drawn in school books, a reason curfews exist. The wall has stood for 100 years. Your parents grew up safe behind it. Their parents did too. So when you're young, the wall doesn't feel like a cage. It feels like the whole world. In school, they teach you the wall is unbreakable. They teach you humanity is safe now, that the dying is over, that the worst of it happened generations ago. They don't teach you why the wall is exactly tall enough to stop something that's never supposed to reach it. They don't teach you why soldiers still train every year for an enemy that supposedly can't get in. You ask questions when you're young. Everyone does. What's outside the wall? Why does the wall need soldiers if it can't be broken? The answers you get are always the same shape: calm, confident, and just vague enough to end the conversation. You stop asking eventually. Not because you got an answer, because everyone around you stopped asking first, and it's exhausting to be the only one still wondering. Then one day, it isn't a story anymore. Maybe it's a siren you've never heard outside of a drill. Maybe it's smoke on the horizon where there shouldn't be smoke. Maybe it's just the look on a soldier's face as he runs past you. Not the calm, practiced look you're used to, but real, undisguised fear. For the first time in your life, the wall doesn't feel like the whole world. It feels like a very thin line. You spend that night in a crowded shelter with hundreds of other people who also always assumed this day would never come. Nobody sleeps. Somewhere above you, on top of stone that's kept your entire species alive for 100 years, soldiers you've never met are the only thing between your family and something with teeth taller than your house. The wall holds, this time. But something in you doesn't go back to normal. You start noticing things you used to walk past. The families whose homes are always searched twice as often. The way certain districts get fed first and certain districts get fed last. The way people who ask too many questions about the wall's history tend to quietly disappear from conversation, if not from the district itself. You learn the uncomfortable shape of the truth slowly, the way most people do, not in one dramatic reveal, but in 100 small ones. The government didn't just build a wall to keep titans out, it built a system to keep certain truths in. And the people who benefit most from that system are never the ones standing closest to the wall when something finally breaks it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's the part nobody warns you about. You watch new recruits sign up for the garrison, the military police, the scouts. Each one sold a slightly different version of the same story: safety, order, discovery, glory. You watch the ones who join the scout regiment specifically, the ones who choose to go outside the walls on purpose, and you understand something most people your whole life have refused to say out loud. The people who actually go looking for the truth about this world have the shortest life expectancy of anyone in it. That's not an accident. That's the deal you're never told you're making just by living here. Ignorance isn't just comfortable. Inside these walls, it's the only path that comes with a survivable life expectancy attached to it. Eventually, you have your own moment where the wall's shadow falls directly on you. Maybe it's a titan breach in your district. Maybe it's watching someone you know get quietly disappeared for asking the wrong question at the wrong dinner table. Maybe it's simpler than that. Just one day, standing in the same food line you've stood in your entire life, you finally let yourself ask the question you buried as a kid. Who decided I only get to know this much and not more? Every person inside these walls eventually reaches a version of this moment, and every person answers it differently. Some go quiet again, faster and more permanently than before, deciding that survival means never asking again. Some join the very system keeping the truth buried, choosing the illusion of control over the terror of the unknown. And some, the rarest, the ones history actually remembers, walk toward the wall instead of away from it, deciding the truth is worth more than the safety of never finding it. Which path you take decides the rest of your life inside or outside these walls. If you're honest with yourself, you'll admit most days you still choose the quiet. The wall is still tall. The food line still moves. Your family still needs you to come home at the end of the day, not to come home a hero or not come home at all. But something in you never fully goes back to the child who believed the wall was the whole world. You carry the truth quietly now, not loud enough to disappear over, but not silent enough to forget. And maybe that's the most honest kind of courage this world actually allows most people to have. Inside these walls, humanity didn't just build a barrier against titans. It built a barrier against its own truth. And most people spend their whole lives choosing which side of that second wall they want to live on. If you were born here, would you keep asking questions? Or would you learn, like almost everyone else, exactly when to stop?